Nella notte tra il 13 e il 14 giugno, nella città di Yelewata, nell'area amministrativa locale di Guma, nello stato di Benue, in Nigeria, si è verificato un terribile massacro in cui circa 200 persone sono state uccise con estrema crudeltà, la maggior parte delle quali erano sfollati interni, ospitati dalla missione cattolica locale. Prego affinché la sicurezza, la giustizia e la pace prevalgano in Nigeria, paese amato e così colpito da varie forme di violenza. E prego in modo particolare per le comunità cristiane rurali dello Stato di Benue, che incessantemente sono stati vittime della violenza.
Of course, Nigeria does not have a president, because if Nigeria has a president, the people and the government of Benue State will not be running to Vatican to ask the Pope Leo XIV, who was just sworn in about barely a month ago, to come and speak, commiserate, and add international limelight to the issues happening in Benue State, where a genocide is currently happening. Even if Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia is of the same party with the current President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, he has seen that the man is worthless, is valueless, is useless, is clueless, and his ineptitude is inept, to say the least, of the things and travails of the Benue people. Because to him, the most important thing in Tinubu's head is how he's going to come back to governance in 2027 and have a 2 term of 8 years where he can begin to stamp his authority as being a political maestro in the annals of history of this country. God forbid to that one first, or we're going to pause there. But unfortunately, Reverend Father Hyacinth earlier has also led to the crisis in the state, because if he has been open, if not for politics and propaganda, that he's tried to play with all of these crises, it's high time he called out the APC government, APC-led federal government, of being very despicable, terrible, terrific, worthless, and overall nonchalant to the lives and properties of people of Benue State, and indeed on a larger spectrum, the Nigerians. Because I don't know why you are running to the Pope Leo XIV, who has enormous work to do, but he has to speak. And look at the Pope saying there that Christian communities are the one that this massacre, this genocide is happening. And like everybody has said, it's almost very visible and audible to see that this same herdsmen, terrorist herdsmen, jihadist herdsmen, go around and buy people, take their lives, stab them to death, as it were, burn them alive, and then burn their houses. But if you do anything about crisis management and issues like this, you will know that when houses are burned after massacre like this, it is a cleansing that is going on. They are invariably telling you, we don't want you to remain here. And by all standards, let's go and do the analysis. There are political insinuations, there are religious insinuations, there are resources insinuations. All of these, only a people are suffering all of this. They are suffering the political turmoil, they are suffering religious war, they are also having resourcical battles, having people battling for their lands and with all of the resources that they likely have. But a government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has imposed himself on the people, is here to act. When you ask them, why are things not good economically, they say, ask your governors. Now they are saying, why are Nigerians not protected? You say, ask governors. The same state governors you have refused to empower with state police. The same you that have refused to, if all of the political submission conferences you have had same in the same magnitude for security, we will not be where we are. But the man is so concerned. I'm happy that it's getting very clear. My friend will say it is audible to the deaf and visible to the blind, that this man has nothing in stock. Even if you give him, like Daniel Bwala said, 30 years to be president of Nigeria, nothing particularly will change. Again, I make it very clear, Nigeria does not have a president. And now let's leave Tinubu for a while and move on. It is the Pope Leo XIV that is making that statement. All over Nigeria today, churches, big and small, had services. None of them took the pain. Even Reverend Father Hyacinth, the governor of Benue State, has had to run to the Catholic pontiff to go and seek help and draw international assistance and aid or attention to the crisis that is brewing. It was brewing. That has consistently continued in the state. My only worry is that all of the fathers of faith in Nigeria, the Papa Iya Adeboye, the Bishop Oyedepo, and all of them, they have kept quiet. Because you know why? So much corn has been exchanged in the relationship they have had with the current government of Nigeria. If you look at the pyramid of Pentecostalism in Nigeria as it stands just now, you will know that sitting on top almost comfortably is Papa Iya Adeboye, the only Nigerian pastor of the high class spectrum that somehow do not have any affiliation, relationship, or reverence for Papa Iya Adeboye, may just be Pastor Chris Oyakhilome of the Believers Love World, or otherwise known as Christ Embassy. Every other pastor, it is either you are submitting directly, whether you call him your spiritual father, you call him a burden or a father, or you call him a grandfather. Either you are submitting directly to Papa Iya Adeboye, or you are submitting to his son that already submits to him. People like Bishop David Oyedepo, Apostle Suleiman, Prophet Isa El Buba, everybody most likely submit. And even those that are of his age grade and have the same ministry experience, somehow give him respect because of somehow a few things that he seems to have working for him. But you see people like Pastor Dr. Paul Eneche, Bishop Pastor Ibiome, they submit to sons of Papa Iya Adeboye, they submit to David Oyedepo actually. But you worry, why are all of these people not paying? If Papa Iya Adeboye, the long and short of this conversation is, if Papa Iya Adeboye decides to hold government accountable for the numerous thousands of Christians that have been killed in middle belt of Nigeria, actually in Benue, in Plateau, in Kaduna, and some other states around there, if Papa Iya Adeboye decides to hold government accountable, this government will sit up. If the Nigerian Christians, led by fathers of faith, decides to go on the street and demand stop to the incessant killings of Christians in this country, I'm sure something would happen. But because these guys are sitting on the same tables with these guys, I was telling somebody, I was saying it in my live on TikTok a couple of days ago. Pastor Poju Oyemade, who used to invite Peter Obi to come to the platform, and when Peter Obi contested last election, the platform's videos that Peter P.O. has attended became some of the greatest campaign materials he had, and that may not have gone down well with the people that are associated to him. Do you know who Pastor Poju invited in this last platform that happened a couple of weeks ago? Charles Soludo of Anambra State. And guess what Soludo came to say? Came to praise Tinubu on the platform. So you can tell invariably that we are already in a mess. Is it the other Saul Paul analogist that came on and all of these issues, drama? Unfortunately, I am not saying everybody do not have a right, but the fact is these people have collected gifts. We are aware of churches that got lands from Bola Ahmed Tinubu years ago. They didn't know what it was for. They got gifts, they got support, they got tax waivers today. Even though they are passionate and interested in talking, they have been told to sit because of the gift and the numerous, I don't know how to say it, but it's unfortunate that the Christian community in Nigeria has now kept quiet for Christians in the middle belt of Nigeria to continually be killed non-stop. The day these jihadist herdsmen wake up, they just go around and take 1,000, 200, 500, as much as they can. And the videos and pictures are gory enough. I expected by now we will see strong worded statement from the PFM, from CAN, from fathers of faith in Nigeria. Visuals of church services where they were very vocal and asking government, giving them ultimatum for things to be fixed. But it took Reverend Father Isent, who knows, of course, that all of this mess has happened, to be running to the Vatican for the Pope to issue statement, whereas everybody has let low. Nigeria does not have a president. Nigeria does not have a president. The same way we don't have a president, we have lost fathers of faith. It's unfortunate. It is at this time we wish Benson Andrew Idahosa was alive and having his opportunity to hold government accountable for Christians that are continually be killed on the surface of the earth of Nigeria. It's unfortunate, chap. It's unfortunate. Again, Nigeria has a chance to stand on a crossroad to demanding that this government, this inept government, has just barely 2 years to live in office. That when they are done, they will sweep them away from governance and never give any of them a chance to stand to say they want to lead this country moving forward. May God help this country that do not have a president.